Twisty's Storytime Adventures. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventures. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventures. Here comes Mr. Twisty.
Hi again. My name is Chad, but everybody calls me Mr. Twisty. I love to read, tell stories, share really bad dad jokes, make balloon animals, and do magic. This show is meant to put all of those things in a jar, shake them vigorously, and the result, Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventures. I love to read just about anything, but I don't always read stories. One of my favorite things to read? Joke books. Oh, do I love my bad dad jokes. What do you call a mommy cow after she has a baby? Decaffeinated. Get it? I could go on and on and on, but I have a show to do. Each episode, I'll read you one of my favorite stories so we can go on a magical adventure to the land of fiction where anything is possible. Like Sasquatch. Sasquatch is often confused for Bigfoot. Yeti never complains. Get it? Yeti? Never mind. Anyway, welcome to my tree fort, where we meet for each week's adventure. My tree fort isn't up high in a tree because, well, I'm afraid of heights. Some people think it's just a clubhouse, but I like to think of it as my tree fort on the ground. Each week, I get to share a story written by a friend of mine. Each week, I'll bring you a story I hope you've never heard before, and hopefully one you will absolutely love. Many people are about to celebrate Easter. I thought today I would share a fun story that takes place around Easter. How does the Easter Bunny keep his fur so neat? A hairbrush! There! H-A-R? Oh, never mind, too much. Okay, if you insist, I'll go on. What do you get when you cross Sasquatch with Easter? This week's story, The Adventures of Granola Squatch and the Mysterious Egg by Landa Penisten, illustrated by Thomas Penisten. One sunny Easter morning, Granola Squatch awoke to the chirping of birds and the rustling of leaves. As he stepped outside his cave, he noticed something very unusual waiting for him. A confused Granola Squatch scratched his head. Who could have left such a dazzling, magical, groovy, mysterious egg? Granola Squatch had never seen anything like the dazzling, magical, groovy, mysterious egg. All of the eggs he'd seen were small and white. Why was this one so big and colorful? Granola Squatch decided to find out. Perhaps, he thought, one of his woodland friends would know the answer. His first stop was at his friend Oscar Owl's tree. Oscar was the wisest creature in the forest. If anyone knew where the egg had come from, it was sure to be him. But Oscar did not know. I'm as puzzled as you are, he said. I too found a dazzling, magical, groovy, mysterious egg. But my eggs are never this colorful. Perhaps we can find out who left the eggs together. Let's ask Hazel the squirrel. To Oscar and Granola Squatch's surprise, they found Hazel holding her own dazzling, magical, groovy, mysterious egg. Look what I found, she exclaimed, full of excitement. I do not know who left it, but whoever it was left those tracks behind. Do you recognize them? Granola Squatch shook his head. No, but maybe the tracks will lead us to whoever left the eggs. The friends followed the tracks all the way to their friend Basil's home. Like them, Basil had found a dazzling, magical, groovy, mysterious egg. Basil, do you know who those tracks belong to? Hazel asked. No, Basil said, but I have a very keen sense of smell, and I can smell that someone has been here. Maybe if we follow the smell, we'll find whoever left the eggs. The friends followed the smell all the way to a grassy knoll. There they found Theodore Deer holding up a dazzling, magical, groovy, mysterious egg. "Do you know who left it here?" Theodore asked. "I heard rustling in the tall grass, but when I looked up, no one was there." Granola Squatch shook his head. "No, but we all found one." Looking around, Granola Squatch noticed that some of the tall grass seemed pressed down. "It's another clue," he said. "Let's go." The friends followed the bent grass to Willow Raccoon's home. Willow also found a dazzling, magical, groovy, mysterious egg. "It's so pretty. Maybe Benny the Beaver heard someone cross the creek. Let's go ask him." When they got to Benny the Beaver's dam, he was grinning and marveling at his dazzling, magical, groovy, mysterious egg. I did not hear, see, or smell anyone, but I did see some tracks on the other side of the creek. Granola Squatch grinned. "It sounds like there's only one thing left to do. Follow the tracks." One after another, the friends followed the tracks until they reached a burrow beneath a cherry tree. Painted above it were the letters E.B. "E.B.?" Granola Squatch said curiously. "Who is E.B.?" At that moment, a rabbit popped out of the hole. "Hello, friends. I am the Easter Bunny. They call me E.B. for short. I left all of those eggs for you to find and enjoy. It's an Easter tradition." Granola Squatch grinned at the bunny. "Thank you, Mr. Bunny, for the dazzling, magical, groovy, mysterious eggs. And for the fun adventure. And now I suppose there is only one thing left to say. Happy Easter." Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure is brought to you by Birthday Buddy, the magical birthday countdown companion, like Elf on a Shelf, but making birthdays magical. For more information, visit MrTwisty.com. Oh, I love that story. I love mysteries and I love adventures. I love how all the animals work together to solve the mystery by going on an adventure together. What did you love about that story? Have you ever seen a dazzling, magical, mysterious egg? I hope to find one, and I hope it's made of chocolate, deep, dark chocolate, but I digress. Many people who celebrate Easter go on Easter egg hunts, where I bet they can find dazzling, magical, mysterious eggs. I love Easter egg hunts so much. They are so much fun. Hey, where does the Easter Bunny go if something happens to his tail? The retail store. Oh, that was really bad. Here's another bad one. Why can't bunny ears be 12 inches long? Because they've made beef feet. I promise to make you a balloon animal every week, and this week I thought I would make you a bunny. But I don't have a dazzling, magical, mysterious egg, so I'm using an ordinary egg I got from the Tooth Fairy Bunny. Remember, my name is Mr. Twisty, and this has been the second episode of Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventures. Did you have fun? I certainly hope so. Please come back to my treehouse next week for another great adventure.
Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure. So much fun with Mr. Twisty.